Size does not matter in the sport of strongman, but strength definitely does. After 2 events in Columbus, Ohio, the smallest competitor in the field is looking down on everyone else. Rob Kearney sits atop the overall leaderboard for now. 3 events remain. Who will stand atop the high altar of strength? This is the 2022 Arnold Strongman Classic. We are on the high altar of strength here at the Arnold Strongman Classic in Columbus, Ohio. Thank you so much for being with us today, everybody. I'm Sean Woodland with Lawrence Chalet. And Lawrence, it is so good to be back in this venue at this event with these fans.
Absolutely incredible. Walking around, the atmosphere is electric. People are excited to see the greatest strongmen on the planet. Amazing day 1. Let's get on with day 2.
Event 3 is up next, but first, let's catch you up on the action that took place on day number 1. The strongmen have faced 2 very different events so far. They opened with the 1-rep max back squat. Each man had 3 attempts to establish his heaviest lift, and it was very clear that the event was J.F. Caron's to lose. Caron lifted 916 pounds on his first attempt.
Man, he's to drive hard.
I mean, get out of here.
Oh my goodness.
He would close with a back squat of 966 pounds to win event number 1. And that is good, and an event win for J.F. Caron. Event 2, the monster dumbbell for reps belonged to Ukraine's Oleksii Novikov. He would press 276 pounds with one hand over his head 7 times.
Look at that man. That is how to press a dumbbell.
Let's take a look at the overall standings after 1 day of competition, and it's Rob Kearney. He has 18 points. Oleksii Novikov sits 2 points back in second place. Martins Licis still well within striking distance of the top spot on the leaderboard. He is third with 15 points. Event number 3 is the Austrian Oak for max weight. There is some strategy here on this event like there was yesterday in the back squat.
Of course, you don't want to kind of go too heavy and risk. We saw that with Luke Stoltman on the squat yesterday. He needs to be smarter today. This is an event he is coming in to win, and this is going to really set us up to see who's going to take the overall later today.
This is the first of 3 events on day 2 of competition. Kiki Dixon has more on the Austrian Oak.
This log is 8 feet long. At the ends, those ropes, 22 inches in diameter. The log itself, 12 inches in diameter. The handles are 26 inches apart. This thing took 6 weeks to make. Terry Todd and Steve Slater collaborated on this, and Steve was so obsessed with the perfection and the beautification of this log, he lost 25 pounds. I suppose that's one way to cut weight, huh, guys?
Thank you, Kiki. Lawrence, what are the keys to this event?
This one comes down to a strong core, big shoulders, big triceps, and obviously very good technique. They need to get that log set nice and high on their clavicle. Then it's all about a strong leg drive, forcing your head through and pressing out to a locked out position, waiting for the down signal from the referee.
Event 3 is already underway. 9 attempts have already been taken. 420 pounds is the top score so far, and Luke Stoltman, next man up to take on the Austrian Oak. 420 now for Luke Stoltman, looking to tie Maxime Boudreau. This is Stoltman's first attempt.
The man that has performed consistently well on log lift for max over the last year is Luke Stoltman. So I'm interested in seeing this. Luke had a great year on the log last year. He's chasing that world record. Let's see what kind of shape he's in with his first lift here. 420 pounds. Wow. Oh, just a little stumble there, but the speed that he got the log from the shoulders up to lockout, he looked very comfortable.
Luke Stoltman with a successful lift, and he is tied for the lead now with Maxime Boudreau.
You could see the power was there. He just got to get used to the flooring, used to the environment. Look how quickly he gets it to the locked out position.
Oleksii Novikov will be out next to go at 4:20. Comes in second place overall, trails Rob Kearney by 2 points. So depending on what happens in this event, Oleksii Novikov could find himself on top of the overall standings. But remember, Martins Licis is only 3 points back.
We saw how impressive he was on the dumbbell yesterday. Let's see if that explosive power crosses over onto the log.
And this crowd is definitely behind this man, Oleksii Novikov, first attempt at 4:20.
Nice clean, needs to get stable. And
no problem.
Lift. Great reaction from the crowd again. The real battle for this log is between Novikov and Licis in terms of the overall score. That's a good opening lift there for Novikov.
Coming up after the break, we'll have more from Event 3, the Austrian Oak. The weights will continue to go up until a winner emerges. Stay with us. The 2022 Arnold Strongman Classic continues.
The 2022 Arnold Strongman Classic on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Rogue. Don't weaken.
Welcome back to the 2022 Arnold Strongman Classic. We are in the third of 5 events here in Columbus, Ohio, the Austrian Oak. Each athlete gets 3 attempts to establish his heaviest lift. Overall leader Rob Kearney opened up at 380 pounds. JF Carone matched that on his first attempt as well. Tom Stoltman was the first man to make the jump to 400. And now he has it. So good recovery from Tom Stoltman. He made that lift on his opener, and that's where we stayed for a while. Trey Mitchell hit 400 on his first lift.
Strong lift.
A good-looking lift from Trey Mitchell. Yevgeny Markov got 400, as did JF Carone on his second lift. And that will count.
Good lift there for JF.
Maxime Boudreau took the lead on his opening attempt. And that is good for Boudreau.
Good first lift there for Maxime.
He made 420, and both Luke Stoltman and Oleksii Novikov made that weight before the break.
Nice clean, needs to get stable.
No problem. And this crowd is definitely behind this man, Oleksii Novikov. And now, next up, the Dragon, Martins Licis. This is his first attempt, and he will start at 420 pounds. He is definitely a fan favorite here. So far, he's finished third in the first 2 events. Plenty of people on hand to cheer him on.
I'm sure if he finished third on every single event, but he won overall, he'd be very happy.
First attempt, Licis at 420.
So let's see how Licis' log lift is looking.
And that is good.
Great first lift there by Martins Licis.
We take another look at Martins' successful lift at 420.
2019 World's Strongest Man. He's been second here at the Arnolds before. He wants to take this title. It's the one title he hasn't yet won. He looks well prepared.
Tom Stoltman is going to be back out on the floor now for his second attempt at 420.
So this is a very important lift for Tom. He didn't have a good first. They actually thought he did well on the squat. I never expected him to get big points on the squat, but he maximized his performance on there. The dumbbell cost him. He cannot afford to miss this lift.
Tom Stoltman was a favorite coming in, but he is currently in a big hole.
I'm Tom Stoltman. I'm from Scotland, and I'm a professional strongman.
Here goes the world's strongest man.
He's just such an incredibly talented athlete. He's one of those guys, if he believes he can win it, he can.
Who needs experience when you have the strength of Tom Stoltman?
This is an incredible performance from the Scotsman.
I'm here, fighting.
Tom Stoltman coming up with a performance that he needs, 52.06 seconds.
Unbelievable. He hasn't put a foot wrong. 911 pounds. He's getting stronger every time we see him compete. He's going to be over the moon with that lift.
Strongman is such a brutal sport. At the end of the day, you have to put your life and soul into it.
This is why he is the king of the stones. It doesn't matter what stones you put in front of Tom Stoltman, he lifts them.
And that is unbelievable. Stoltman looking to tie for the lead with Boudreau, his brother, Oleksii Novikov, and Martins Licis.
The clean is good. Let's see what the press is looking like.
Oh, and that one looked better than the first.
That's more like it from Tom Stoltman. The first lift we questioned. Tom coming back like the champion he is there. Very, very impressive on his second attempt. 420, moving much more like a warm-up. He was just rock solid in the foot department this time. There was no stumbling. Big, big difference in terms of the overall performance on the log there.
Rob Kearney's going to be up next for his third and final lift. Oleksii Novikov and Martins Licis, the two men directly behind him in the overall standings, still have 2 lifts remaining, so they could make up some big points on Rob in this event.
Yeah, Rob will be frustrated because this was at one time his favorite event. He said he's going to be damage control this time round. Wasn't that long ago this was the world record. When I first got into the sport, this type of weight was the world record. Now, almost every athlete is lifting it.
Final attempt for Rob Kearney.
Come on, Rob.
And he has it.
There we go. He's happy.
A great way to finish up this event for Rob Kearney here.
The great thing to hear there is that he's happy. That's so important.
Rob Kearney, the former American record holder on the log press, he'll wind up with a final score of 420 pounds as he looks to hang on to the overall lead.
It's not always about winning and placing first. You've got to be proud of your own performance. Day one has been absolutely perfect for Rob.
Coming up after the break, we'll have more from Event 3, the Austrian Oak, and we will get our first look at the American Nightmare, Bobby Thompson. Stay with us. The 2022 Arnold Strongman Classic continues. Action continues here at the 2022 Arnold Strongman Classic. I'm Sean Woodland alongside Lauren Chalet. When we left, the top lift was at 420 pounds here in the third of 5 events, the Austrian Oak. The top mark now sits at 440. The American Nightmare, Bobby Thompson, took the lead on his opening attempt. He hit 440 easily. And that is easy.
Great solid lift there.
Trey Mitchell, on his second of 3 attempts, was able to tie Thompson.
Yes, he gets it.
Martins Licis came back out for his second lift and hit 440 pounds to put himself into a 3-way tie for the lead. And Licis has it!
Great lift there.
Unfortunately, JF Carone suffered an injury on his final attempt at 420 pounds. He is out for the remainder of the competition. Luke Stoltman is up next. He is looking to take the lead here at 450 pounds. JF Carone has officially withdrawn from the competition. We wish him a speedy recovery. Now, after a short break, competition continues. 450 now for Luke Stoltman. His first successful lift was at 420, so a 30-pound jump here.
When you think about the ideal shape for log lifting, look at this man, huge legs. Big, thick midsection, huge shoulders, huge triceps. He has all the things needed to put massive weights overhead.
This for the lead, 450.
Very efficient on the clean there. 450 pounds.
And Stoltman has it.
There we go. Luke Stoltman enjoying himself now at the Arnold Classic.
This is picture perfect.
Absolutely spot on. Elbows and wrists in line, drives the head through for the lockout, and you can just see the confidence oozing out of him there.
Talking things over with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Luke Stoltman, your new leader by 10 pounds, 450 on his second lift. And now Bobby Thompson will come out and try to tie Luke Stoltman. Thompson was the last man to get out there on the competition floor. He opened at 440 and made it look pretty easy. Bobby Thompson to tie Luke Stoltman at 450.
And again, a very solid clean.
And that goes up no problem. The American Nightmare with two really good lifts here.
Look at that. Excellent execution. Great power off the legs and hips. Solid triceps to lock out. And he walked away like a man that's focused.
Trey Mitchell will be out for his third and final lift. And Big Tex is going up to 460. For Trey Mitchell, this for the lead.
We are looking at serious numbers now. Needs to get it sat right in tight to the throat. The head will be looking straight up to the ceiling. Needs to dip and drive hard with the legs and hips. He's got this, press it through.
And Mitchell trying to stabilize.
Stabilize, lock out, hold it.
He has it.
He gets the down signal.
Great save from Trey Mitchell, and he is your leader right now.
And the belt goes flying.
One more look at it. Everything looked great until that wobble at the top. And
I thought he was going to lose it at one point. He just managed to step forward. Look at this. It was strong, but that's wobble back, and then he fights hard. Gets his head through. Momentary pause, and the referee gave him the down signal. That was a fabulous lift. He had to work hard. Congratulations there from Evan Singleton, another incredible strongman.
Up next, the finale. It's the American Nightmare against the Highland Oak. Bobby Thompson and Luke Stoltman face off for the event win. We'll have the conclusion when we return to Columbus, Ohio, and the 2022 Arnold Strongman Classic. Welcome back to the 2022 Arnold Strongman Classic presented by Rogue. We are here at the Columbus Convention Center in Columbus, Ohio. Trey Mitchell just set the mark to beat at 460 pounds, but the event is not over yet. Luke Stoltman coming up next.
Luke Stoltman, he performed well on the dumbbell, but he still felt he was capable of better.
This will be the third attempt for Stoltman.
This is the one event he sees himself as the best in the world at. Can he prove it today?
470 for the lead for Luke Stoltman.
This is to put himself back into first place on the log lift and climb up the leaderboard with some big points. Efficient clean as always from Luke.
And no problem.
The three lifts we've seen from the Highland Oak. Luke Stoltman. He looked like he had plenty more. Look at this, everything perfect. The feet are steady on the floor, they don't move. Perfect clean, drives hard with the legs. Faultless lift there. Rooted to the floor, good extension through the ankles, hips and powerful legs. Absolutely spot on there from Luke Stoltman.
Well, Bobby Thompson is going to jump up 10 pounds for his final lift. This will be the final lift of this event. 480 pounds for Bobby Thompson for a personal record and the event win here as he looks to beat Luke Stoltman by 10 pounds.
You can just feel the chills. This crowd is going to raise Bobby's level. He's a confident man. He believes in his log lifting abilities. Can he get this? It's up to the shoulders.
Struggling with it, it just doesn't have it.
So close there.
Second attempt won't go.
He was so close on that first attempt. One more try.
For the win. And Thompson doesn't have it. And that means that Luke Stoltman is going to win this event.
That's the man when it comes to the log lift today. Luke Stoltman winning a max log lift once again.
There are definitely a lot of proud Scots right now after watching Luke Stoltman win this event. 470 pounds. Trey Mitchell will take second. Bobby Thompson had the winning weight almost over his head, but he's going to settle for third at 450. And Martins Licis doing what he does, finishes inside the top 5 yet again. Kiki Dixon is with your event winner, Luke Stoltman.
Luke, first time with Arnold Strongman Classic, iconic event. Pumped crowd, huge crowd. You've got the icon here himself, Arnold Schwarzenegger, cheering you on. How do you handle those nerves?
Wow, the first attempt was a little bit sketchy. I've dreamt for a decade of being on this stage, of lifting the Austrian Oak in front of Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's one of the most memorable experiences I've ever had in the sport. That was incredible. You know, I'm an emotional guy. I always wear my heart on my sleeve, and I love this sport. This is my job, and it's the most insane feeling in the world. I love this.
Well, this sport loves you too. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
After 3 events, Luke Stoltman catapults up the leaderboard into 4th place overall, but it's still Rob Kearney who holds the top spot by only a half point over the Dragon, Martins Licis. 2 points behind him is Oleksii Novikov in 3rd. The 2021 World's Strongest Man, Tom Stoltman, continues to struggle, sitting in 9th overall with just 2 events left. The Highland Oak, Luke Stoltman conquers the competition in event 3. Rob Kearney, still the overall leader, but he has a dragon breathing fire down his neck. Martins Licis comes up with another top 5 finish, and now he looks to carry that momentum to the top of the overall standings. An uphill battle awaits. That's next time on the 2022 Arnold Strongman Classic. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.